Hey guys, so here bringing you another video, and welcome back to High Rating Spectate. Today we're watching Lee Sin. Now the reason why I'm watching Lee is Lee Sin holds a dear, part of my heart. Like, I used to be a big Lee player. Earlier today on stream, I'm not streaming right now, I said like, oh, what was my most played champion ever in a season? I was like, I think it's Shen. Someone actually looked it up. Of a single season of League of Legends, my most played champion ever was Lee Sin. And it was only something like 82 games. Again, I've never played that much League of one champion. Somehow, by the way, the Xayah is perfectly pinging where that Lee is, which is a bit weird. But yeah, so we're watching Lee, and the reason for it is it really feels like Lee is completely, like, kind of gone from the game. So I wanted to watch a Lee Sin and be like, is he still alright? Like, can you play him? So this is a high rating master game, and this guy is a Lee Sin main. It does look potentially like some type of Smurf account. They're only level 48 is the actual account level. Over 200 ranked games played with a 56% win rate. Specifically Lee Sin, 83 games of Lee Sin, 61% win rate. Next champion, Xin Zhao, 31 games, 64% win rate. Then Viego, 30 games, 60% win rate. And then other champions not doing as good. But let's watch. So we're actually level 1. Normally, the old Lee Sin strategy would be starting W, and that's where you'd be maximizing your attack speed passive and shielding yourself a little bit. But no, using Q level 1 and smiting straight away, then going on to the chickens and using E, so still no W right now. So this is a completely new clear that I've never really seen a Lee Sin do. Again, granted, when was the last time I saw a Lee Sin? It's been quite some time. So maybe this is his clear nowadays. But so far, so good. Still maintaining high health. Having to smite and use a health potion, though. So again, Lee Sin is definitely not the healthiest jungler when it comes to his clear. Is going to Gromp first. Okay, so Gromp probably to get level 3 and then do blue. Maybe to take less damage overall, but manage to keep your smite. For then the Scuttle Crab, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to see what he's actually planning to do. Comp-wise, by the way, so Aatrox Victor, he's actually skipping blue. Oh, is he invading? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Aatrox Victor top lane, Qian Lee Sin junglers, Syndra Rumble in mid lane, with then Jhin Xayah versus Leona Bard. Neither comp, I would say, has an absolute advantage. If anything, I'd probably give it to blue team slightly. Blue team have a bit more of a well-rounded comp. They have the Bruiser top, the Assassin jungle, the Mage in the mid lane, the AD carry, and then the tank support. It's very standard. It's very well-rounded, covers off weaknesses well. Meanwhile, Lee Sin's going for blue and then ignoring it. Why? Look at bot lane. So, very close fight. Bard will be probably going to take a bit of damage to stop this basing, because Lee Sin is going to try his best to get an assassination here, probably. Let's see how it goes. Jhin stopping his base. Lee Sin misses the Q. Arguably shouldn't have just gone for a random Q, but this is definitely a dead Leona. Bard doing a good job and tanking it, but being near the area that he can just walk out of tower range at any time he wanted to. Just nice, smart play, really. So nice by them. Lee Sin's on the board for that assist. Then going over to the Scuttle, killing it straight away with Smite, and now finally we'll be going for the blue. So this, to me, again, I've not jungled that much recently. We did do that jungle day that I played a few games of jungle, and overall was okay on my performance, but was definitely rusty in it. I would never do a clear like this, and that's where, again, I'm not very adaptable when it comes in the jungle at the moment. I just do my standard build, then look for a gank. Well, this Lee Sin is being situational. He's being very flexible with it, going, oh no, I'm not going to do my clear. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go do this. And, what I would say with this playstyle is it's good, it's reactionary, it's good if it works. It's a really kind of risky playstyle. If the plays that you don't do, if they do not work, then you're only missing out on your opportunities to get kills or assists, and you're missing out on farm. It's a double whammy. Meanwhile, Bard going for a gank, Rumble committing for it, does get the kill. W by Lee Sin doesn't do enough to save him, but at least they do get the Syndra. No assist for Lee Sin, but a roam from Bard is technically successful. So what's Lee Sin now doing? He's just staying in mid by the looks of it. Maybe looking for the Kiana fight? I don't know, we'll have to see. Again, bit weird, just kind of waiting around, not really doing much. Now, going back quite early, gold-wise, 1100 gold, probably a few long swords potentially, depending what the build is going to be. Oh, no, it's the whip. Okay, so the Lee Sin is going whip, which will be for Gore Drinker, if I'm not mistaken. Still Gore Drinker, very good item. Obviously, yes, that item has been nerfed because it was ridiculous. They have nerfed it. Again, standing still a bit, the Lee Sin. So we get a bit of weird play going on for a Master Plus level game. Victor gets killed in the 1v1. Again, do remind yourselves, Victor top lane is a cheese pick. He doesn't belong in top. He's there to bully and harass. And if it goes bad, he will just get killed by, like, an Aatrox. Like, he's not really designed to fight these bruisers at all. So that's the risk of obviously playing Victor top. He also died without blowing flash. Aatrox had flash up as well, so maybe Victor just thought it was pointless because it would just be trading flashes. But, yeah, Aatrox has a clear lead in top. So far, Qiyana did a gank in bot lane just now. She got a kill, Lee Sin got an assist, and mid lane, Rumble gets wrecked. Lee Sin looking for it. You're a level down. He's level 4, by the way. Bard is here, so he might be able to go for it right at the last second, but with the damage that the enemy have, Syndra didn't even use ultimate. That Lee Sin probably would have died, believe it or not. So now Lee Sin doing a bit more extra lane farm and finally hit level 5. Again, a little bit behind is this Lee Sin. Scuttle Crab has spawned though, so he'll be looking to take that straight away. Would he do Dragon after? Maybe. If he smites this, he won't. If he doesn't, then he might. So let's see. Build, by the way, for the Xayah. So the Xayah, you will just see this game. She's going to be doing the build that I'm not a fan of. It's the really situational build of the Lethality, Essence Reaver. It's her ability build. It's all for her E. It's her Feather Recall. It's all the damage that build does. It's not very, like, again, the higher rating you go, in theory, that build is worse because people are better at dodging the feathers and positioning better against them. Where auto attacks always do clear damage. Meanwhile, ganking bot lane, Rumble ultimate not the best. Lee Sin flanking though stops their escape. Rumble tanking. Need these minions really fast. The longer you leave it, you're giving more people like Qiyana to come bot lane and Syndra to come bot lane. They should engage on her. Just full engage. They have to. Lee Sin getting ulted, or Bard getting ulted, does get the kill. Qiyana going for it. Level 5 isn't level 6. He goes down. Aatrox gets another kill on Victor in a solo, by the way. So that's going dreadfully for Victor. And overall, the play is not too bad. Lee Sin has just hit level 6, by the way. So they might still look... Oh, Xayah! Wow, that was close. They might look for this play. Lee Sin engaging. Does get a bit of damage on the Leona with red buff. With the kick. Does get the execute, which is nice. I think now leave it. Don't push it too far. It's very likely Jhin could just end up with a weird kill. Lee Sin might go for a bit of damage, and that's about it. It's going to force Jhin to maybe base a bit earlier than he wanted to, being on that health. But yeah, crazy play. Gold-wise, slight advantage for red team, even though the kill lead is for blue team. And that will be... Well, how do they actually have that? Farm, maybe? Bot lane farm, probably? Because, like, farm lead Aatrox with also kill lead. So, actually, how do they have the gold lead right now? It's not much, but... Syndra's ahead. Lee Sin, they're even... Really big lead. 1,000 gold lead for Aatrox. 1,000 gold lead for Xayah. And then it's the Bard. Okay, so the Bard has actually got the big lead in the roles that we didn't know. And yeah, 4 assists to 1. Okay, that'll be it. Fair enough. And also the gold that he would have been making. He's made 600 gold from his quest, where Leona has only made 380. So Leona's a little bit behind. Unfortunately, Rumble goes down mid lane again. And Rumble, even though I love that champion... he obviously can be played both mid and top. Meanwhile, there is a ward on this red, so Lee Sin has to be careful for a Qiyana invade. She is wanting to go for it, I think, and there she is. Will Lee Sin get smite stole? He misses his Q, that's kind of big. Both junglers not having smite, question mark? Smites it, does the Qiyana, and now Lee Sin having to back off. That sucks for Lee Sin. Qiyana's going to continue for it. Bard is here, though. Qiyana has bitten off more she can chew. Really bad by the Qiyana to do that. Bard ulting himself to try and survive any bit of damage, which then hopefully will give setup time. Lee Sin going for it with the nice combo, with the Rumble damage. Aatrox going for it. Why the hell was Lee Sin faster there? That was weird. And they get a good shutdown on the Victor. And that should translate potentially into Dragon. Or maybe they're just going to go bot lane to try and get some kills. Really good Lee Sin play, though. And what is the key? Like, how is Lee Sin right now? Again, I think Lee Sin's probably okay. Like, again, the meta nowadays is a lot about scaling, and obviously Lee Sin doesn't really scale that well. You be involved. Lovely kick. Positions away. Leona trying to save the Lee Sin. That's the damage of this Xayah build. Mirror mana with all that E damage, ability damage. Lee Sin finishes the kill. Rampage Lee Sin. 405. 9 kills out of 10 as the Lee Sin being involved with. And now Dragon? Maybe? Yay, maybe. Again, I'm a sucker for dragons. You know, the one thing, whatever server you rate, do you rate EU West, do you rate Korea, whatever server you rate, a lot of people always obviously say Korea's the best, and the Koreans laugh when they come over to EU West. Solo queue is Koreans have said now for a while since the new dragons, EU West people are obsessed with dragons, and yes, we are. We love them. I think it's because we just think so much strength comes from them. Why would you not want to have every dragon? Take every dragon, get it. Where other regions in the world don't prioritize it as much. So that, you know, I'm very, like, let's just say I'm very EU West. I love dragons, and it annoys me if my jungler doesn't go for dragons. So yeah, Gore Drinker complete for Lee Sin, which is a nice little power spike there. Some people may ask, like, is there another one he can go? Other mythic? I mean, probably. Like, I think Eclipse would probably work on Lee Sin if you wanted to go really damage orientating. But I think the days of, like, really wham bam, thank you ma'am, Lee Sin are kind of over. Lovely Bard ultimate. Flash by the Kiana. She was going to get hit by the Q. And a really nice steal of Rift Herald. That's great. 100 gold for Lee Sin. Don't forget, it does give 100 gold. Aatrox in a bush. Lee Sin misses. Aatrox uses E. But at least Aatrox doesn't die. Bard a little bit out of position, finding a Kiana doing Gromp. And now the invade might be happening, which is very risky. Aatrox is in the area on full health. He's quite strong too. They are looking aggressive, but they don't find the person they're looking for. Ooh, aggressive play by Lee Sin. He's just going to kick any second. Wada! Starts the fight into the W. Gets the stun. Nice combo. Weird Victor E. And this is going to be a dead Aatrox. And there's a kill, the first one for Victor. 4 people top lane, by the way. Modern day League of Legends, I guess. You know, why is Xayah here? Her tower's... That tower's not dead. Her tower's not dead. Why are you top lane? No idea. Again, I literally can't answer that question. I have no idea. There's nothing... There's no real big reason why she's top lane. They're lane swapping, however, using Rift Herald, and the tower is going to go boom. So there we go. Rumble TP... Oh, not Rumble. He didn't TP, sorry. He just went bot lane to cover off the lane. So, plated steel caps Lee Sin. Yeah, I agree with that. Again, yes, Syndra's kind of scary, kinda. But Syndra's only really scary if she snowballs, I think. Where that is AD damage, AD damage, AD damage. So, yeah, steel caps I think is fine. Kiana finding some low people. Doesn't get the kill, though. Feels bad for Kiana. She's having a bit of a hard time finishing people off this game. And now the Jhin is a little bit on the back foot. Victor's here, lands the E. Put the W here, put it left. Why didn't he use his W? Nobody knows. Not even him, I don't think. But anyway, that'll be that. They might continue being aggressive, to be honest. A little bit of jungle stealing. Bard goes for a random ulti. They do find a Leona, though. I don't think they're going to get this kill. Lee Sin's looking a bit aggressive, but that's going to be that, and there you go. Continues the jungle stealing. Again, jungle stealing, always a good thing to do. It's taking direct XP away from your jungler that they cannot get, the enemy jungler that is. Getting some control ward vision in the enemy territory. Again, vision wins and loses games. Lee Sin looking for the Syndra. This is a dead Syndra. There you go. Just W and ult, don't mess around, just get the kill, and they're nicely done. The ultimate, by the way... No, is it the Q that's an execute? God, I've not seen Lee Sin in so long. Yeah, Lee Sin is the Q is the execute. So that's why Lee Sin is always known to be one of those really good jungle objective champions, to time his Q with his smite to maximize the damage of when a Baron is low or a Dragon is low. Because the Q's doing more damage the lower the thing is as well. Xayah versus Jhin mid lane. Not much probably is going to happen there. Xayah definitely has a slight lead at this stage of the game. Again, Jhin, I do grant, is a very good AD carry. Probably a bit better than Xayah in some ways, but it doesn't mean Xayah can't have games that Jin's not unbeatable. No champion is. But yeah. Crown for Victor's probably going to help him quite a fair amount. Well, kind of. But Aatrox isn't really a burst champion, but it will help him survive. Bard trying to survive. This poor Kiana is just having a nightmare of a game. She just hasn't got, I don't know, the game to finish people off, to get the kills. Double kill for Xayah. And Bard looking aggressive, but doesn't get it in the end. And then they will probably look to get the first tower in mid lane. Bard lands it. Will this be a Lee Sin Q? The minions positioning sucks for Lee Sin. Misses that Q also, and then that will be it. Jhin, ooh, nearly gets that Lee. He nearly dies. Where's Aatrox is what I want to know. This is a Jhin ult. He gets one kill. We, again, replays are still... But there's the Aatrox! Lee Sin kicks into the Bard W. Gives him the movement speed. Aatrox is also very fast. W Doesn't have the Q. Oh, he flashes. Lee Sin randomly queued, but he knew that his red wasn't up. But he will end up surviving. That's really good survival. Unfortunate for Aatrox doesn't get that kill. There is also still that control ward here, by the way, that has not been cleared away. Dominating does the Xayah. Again, Aatrox would have, had already used ultimate. Very low. He probably tried to dive. Victor going aggressive, so is Leona. Weird W positioning there, has to be said. There's a... Oh, that's why. There was a Syndra teleport that we couldn't see. That's why he did that W. And that will be that. Dragon is up, by the way. Objective bounties are also up for blue team. So, obviously, both teams want this, but arguably, blue team is getting even more because they're getting bonus gold from killing an objective. There's actually a question I'll throw to you guys. What do you guys think about objective bounties? We've now been having them for over a month now. What do you feel about them? I feel that they are still a little bit unnecessary. To be honest, I think champion bounties are fine. They kind of make sense, but I think objective bounties are just a little bit too rewarding to the team that is losing. And obviously, we know why they exist. The game is in a very high snowball state due to the damage in the game. And Riot don't want to reduce the damage, so instead of reducing the damage, they're giving you a comeback mechanic through a different way. And that's what it is. It's a comeback mechanic by giving you bonus gold on if you manage to get a cheeky objective. Lovely Lee Sin play, really nicely clean. Bard Ultimate just takes out the tower from this play entirely. Double kill for Lee Sin. Victor's actually clearing the control, which is nice. And now finally the tier 1. Oh, aggressive by Lee Sin. Bit of damage, nothing more. Well, this Lee Sin is also very good at, if you've noticed. And the camera, stop it camera. It's not locking into Lee Sin, it keeps swapping. There we go, it should be fine now. This Lee Sin knows his limits. So that is a big thing with Lee Sin, is knowing what you can do. And I know that sounds obvious, but so many Lee Sins, there's that famous, my mind is telling me no, but my body, or whatever, which way around is it? My body's... Whatever way around it is, Lee Sins are famous for doing dumb things. And this Lee Sin is not. He is playing very smart, legendary. He's 807. And it's buttery smooth. The gameplay is just smooth. He's not risking too much, but he's also not playing passive. He's playing aggressive. It's the perfect mix of Lee Sin. So is Lee Sin still relevant? Yeah, he is. You can still play Lee. But what it needs, and the way that I would sometimes define champions that aren't quite meta, but not in a cheese way. Playing Lee Sin jungle isn't cheesing. He's a good jungler. You have to play, in order to play something, let's say, like Lee Sin compared to meta stuff, so Kha'Zix, Kayn, whatever jungle you want to say that's meta right now, to make Lee Sin work over those champions, you need to play way better than they do. That's the point. That is mainly when it comes to meta versus non-meta. Meta, a lot of the time, is the easiest way to play at the given point of balance in League of Legends. If you're wanting to beat that meta, whether it be not a meta pick or a cheese pick, whatever, you've got to work harder in some ways, because if it's not better than the meta, it would have been meta, and it's not. So that's what I'd say about Lee. In order to have a good game of Lee Sin, he doesn't finish that's unfortunate. In order to have a really good game of Lee Sin, you need to just play way better than your equivalent that might be meta. Now, the lucky, I would say, thing about this game is Qiyana, is she meta jungle? Not really. You see her in the jungle a bit, but you don't see her all the time. I wouldn't define Qiyana meta at the moment. Maybe she's more meta than Lee Sin. I'd probably say that, but yeah, she's not full meta of one of the champs you see all the time. Which, to be honest, right now I don't even remember what champions are always played at the moment. Kha'Zix, sure, Kayn, Rengar's being way more popular recently. That's really all I remember, which is really bad. I should probably remember more than that. Obviously, Vi is floating around there. Hecarim is always about. Zax's always good. But, yeah, I don't know what I would actually define as, meta right now in the jungle off the top of my head. So, Lee Sin, one thing is noted, his farm is okay, but he hasn't been power farming this game, and that, by the way, is on purpose. Lee Sin is not a power farming jungler. He is I need to make plays in the early game, we're going to go for plays type of jungler, and that's what we've been seeing. Rift Herald being used in bot lane, they're going for a big play. Bard flashes, looking for the Syndra, lands the Q, but doesn't get the stun. Syndra, you can just see there, that's a support. She doesn't even nearly kill the support. That's the problem with Syndra, and it always has been, in my opinion. She's now overstaying into the damage from Lee Sin any second, into the Q, into the damage. Lee Sin trying to... Oh, sorry, Jin trying to save the Syndra by using heal. Doesn't get it. And now Lee Sin going on to the Leona. Into the kick, away from safety. Really nice by Lee. Looking for the aggressive Q on Jin, which would have been nice. And that will be that. Moving on maybe to the inhib. Do they have time for it? Doesn't look like it. They are backing away, which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate to not get that. Dragon spawning in 50, so they'll be likely wanting to get that. Obviously, they've got 2 dragons so far. Oh, they actually got out. Wow. That was aggressive, like aggressive basing. Build, by the way, for Lee Sin, standard. You know, it's a build that's been pretty popular the last few months. It did get nerfed, this build, but Gore Drinker into Sterix, and then Chain Vest could either be for, and it looks to be for a Guardian's Angel GA, and that is probably to allow Lee Sin to feel that he still can go crazy aggro. Meanwhile, coming into the fight quite late, but does help out. Means he can still kind of go all in, but protect his lead a little bit. Is it KDA protectoring? Kinda. Would you normally go GA third item on Lee Sin? No. But yeah, really good Rumble ult. But the Lee Sin protecting the KD? No, he's not anymore. He does go down, which unfortunate for him was the wrong time to engage. So yeah, he got 4-man there, which isn't great. Blue team went for a surrender vote, but failed. 3 for 2. We can see that in the bottom left. And Dragon is up. Enemy team might be actually trying to do Baron by the looks of it. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, they are here. I thought they might have been doing that. That was a Xayah ulti? Yeah, Xayah just ulted, by the way, thinking that they were on Baron. And then would have had her feathers ready to go straight away. But they weren't on Baron. Maybe that was an opportunity the enemy team should have taken. They're really behind. They need to make a comeback. They would have got a big objective bounty on Baron. And they're not on it. So yeah, that was a bit weird. Also a bit weird that Xayah just randomly used ult without knowing, which, yeah. But yeah, that build, again, we mentioned, that build is for the feathers. It's the E build. Again, not my preferred build for Xayah. It does a lot of damage if the situation is good. That's the way to define it. If the situation is good and someone walks behind, or walks, yeah, like you have 6 feathers behind somebody and you press E, yeah, it's going to kill them. It might even one-shot them. I just don't like that build. I mean, the engages are getting sloppy for red team. So they do end up going down. Does the Bard. Lee Sin looking for it. The Kiana flashes away. Lee Sin, I think, has that Q. He does. He goes aggressive as the moment it was about to run out, by the way. And they managed to get a really nice turn. Oh, there's an Aatrox in that, but I was wondering what the hell was going on. Aatrox versus Lee Sin. One is a lot more fed than the other. Normally, you definitely give the Aatrox the advantage in this matchup, but the Lee Sin is very fed. Lands the Q to get the kill. 11, 1, 11. Do you like ones? I heard you like ones. He has many ones in his KDA. And now Baron is being pinged. So yeah, can you still play Lee Sin? Is Lee Sin still relevant? Again, a lot of that question is yes, and it does, you know, insert any champion. I wanted to watch a Lee Sin because I've not seen one in quite a while. I miss Lee Sin, weirdly. But yeah, if you ask me that question for any champion that is not really meta, the answer is probably going to be yes. But with a caveat, are you good at that champion? That's what it is. Like, there are people that are in Challenger that play awful champions. Like, the worst champions that people would have, like, oh my god, their win rate of a champion is terrible. The champion is never meta. They're still in Challenger because they're amazing at that champion. Like, that's the thing. Player is more important than champion. Like, it just is. It always has been. So, yeah. GA has been purchased for Lee Sin, as also a Executioner's calling for anti-healing. Aatrox is healing. And that's about it. Like, Jin will be healing a little bit, but nothing major. That's more of just an item against Aatrox, if anything. Aatrox was the strongest on the enemy team, but he's been struggling in mid-game now. But, yeah. So, bottom it... Oh, hello. Not terrible damage, but now Syndra's out of position. So, again, doing, like, a cheeky bush play like that is kind of risking and dying for what? Like, again, are you going to one-shot... Like, could Syndra have one-shot anybody in that situation? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know if she could, because, like, Crown for Victor, he wouldn't get one shot. Rumble would have Zhonya's. Xayah would have ulted, so no, I don't know. That's just a weird play. And that is going to be it. So, 13-1-11 play by Lee Sin. Going for the answer, can you still play Lee Sin? Is he still relevant? The answer is yes, but the question you have to ask yourself is, are you good with him? And that goes for every champion. So if you guys did enjoy, please do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. Hope you're having a good festive season, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Cool down!